throw this down the entire width of the pipe. We put this on to where it can still pivot and swing. And the pipe's down here, and then you got the nut, right? And then it's positioned there, and then you just yank the cord. We got plenty of these.
Can we try it?
Let's try it. We're headed back to Lebanon today to finish installing the rest of the kennel panels.
This week we're hitting the ground running. Matt's headed back to Lebanon. Now, if you haven't watched episode 6 for a little bit of context on why Matt's heading to Lebanon, go do that real quick and come back, and this might make a little bit more sense.
Just got some of those in. We're gonna make sure it's real good. Oh yeah, he's good. I can do too.
Any updates for us, Matt?
Having fun out here.
Looking good. Words of wisdom, Chase?
Yeah, let's get some chase in here.
Well, I don't have much. I don't have much right now.
Classic! So we just put this one up and we realized now that the ground's a little unlevel. It's touching at the top here. Not good. We're gonna go ahead and drop the gate. We've got about 1 inch at the bottom for play, so we're gonna drop her down and get her swinging good.
Look at that. Looks good to me.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So in the old system, they used what was called guillotine doors. Well, that's what we call them. They might be called something else elsewhere, but they use guillotine doors, which weren't quite going to work with the new gates that we were installing. But Matt let his creativity shine and came up with a solution.
To throw this down the entire width of the pipe. We put this on to where it can still pivot and swing. And the pipe's down here, and then you got the nut, right? And then it's positioned there, and then you just yank the cord. We got plenty of these.
Can we try it?
Let's try it. Beans. welcome back.
Hello, Lark.
How are you, bud? So we just got done putting in the last one. We had a couple issues here and there, but I think we overcame them. Had to move and kind of tweak a couple of things, but overall I think we did a pretty good job.
I agree.
Yeah.
Due to the nature of the business, we produce a fair amount of trash, both from the office, fabrication shop, stain shop, and the job-related trash that comes off of job sites. The trash dumpster, while it is fairly large, gets filled up fairly quickly, and we got tired of paying the trash company to dump this thing every week or so. Luckily, a local company stopped by with a pretty cool truck, and the little boy and me loved it. I think you're going to like it too.
What are we doing today, Eric?
So this company over here basically takes our trash can and all this stuff that you see up, it's going to take it and basically crush it down. All these planks and stuff is going to turn into mulch for the most part. And it'll probably be half of what it is with that fancy.
Just like that, the trash is crushed. If you guys have a crusher franchise in your area and you're tired of having weekly pickups, check them out. This probably got us at least another week, possibly two, depending on workload, before having to have this hauled off. Not a sponsored comment. I just legitimately like their service. Now, before this YouTube channel was a thing, we had an Ozark Fence YouTube channel. I spent a fair amount of time there. I actually kind of cut my YouTube teeth in that channel, so to speak. But as things got busier and this channel took off, that channel got neglected a little bit. Well, that all changed this week when Sarah got behind the camera and started recording some content.
In this case, I'm going to put a random address here. No problem. Your project type.
Sarah, what are we doing today?
Today we're revamping the Ozark Fence YouTube channel because it's a little outdated. But we're having fun, we're brainstorming, and poor Braden is listening to me babble on and screw things up. But you know what? We're having fun. So
if I can be so bold as to ask you for a little bit of help, search YouTube for Ozark Fence and show that channel a little love. We're going to need help getting it restarted, and I'd really appreciate it. A year and a half ago, when we bought this property, the back fence line was already pretty rough. It had been cut and then kind of patched in a few places. It was just not the kind of fence that a fence company would be proud to have on their property. We didn't replace it right away because there were a few question marks back there, specifically where the easement started and stopped in regards to an alley. The alley is a whole thing. It's technically open, but it could be closed. That's still up in the air. But nothing doing, we're replacing this fence. It's just not becoming of a fence company to have a nasty looking fence on the property. The good people over at Beta Fence were nice enough to send their Prism 3D product over for us to install and include in a video. Not a paid promotion, but the material was free. So I thought that was important to pass along to you guys. Far from done, but it's a lot better than it was before. Luckily, we knew a fence company that had some temporary fence panels that'll keep us nice and secure. So stay tuned in subsequent weeks to see us install the Prism 3D panels. Several weeks ago, we had a fence installation that we couldn't show you guys because it was out at the airport, and they get a little touchy when people show up with video cameras. But we had some posts that came back from that project. So John and Matt had some free time, and we need to repurpose these posts from a custom built post into just standard fence post. So they got their feet off.
All we're doing is cutting these off. These were used at an airport, and now we're repurposing the posts. Like it never happened.
So here we are Friday, we're all caught up in the shop, and I think we're gonna go ahead and make some stock wood gates. We're gonna be making several different kinds and wanted to bring you along. Here we are looking at the interior of the gate, and this is the part that we're gonna be making in the shop. We're basically making the frame. We're gonna be slapping 2x4s on it so that when it's ready to go out to the site, all they have to do is throw it up on the post and put pickets up on it. So now that we've made our cuts, we're gonna go ahead and mark 3.5 inches, and that way we'll know exactly where to drill for the shark hinges. This is the latch piece. We're going to be measuring it at 30 inches and marking it right in the middle to drill 2 small holes for the latch. Now that we've got this tacked together, we're going to measure from corner to corner and make sure that it's square. So that one is 7, 6, 15, 16. 76 3/4. So if they're off by more than 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch, we'll just want to clamp them down and move them in the direction that they're shy on. So for this one, we're looking for 7/6 7/8, or 76 7/8, 7, 6, 7, 8.
So for some reason, I didn't actually film Matt fixing the problem. I just have before and after. So what he did is he clamped one side of the frame down and then tapped the other side until it was square using the method that he showed earlier. And then he clamped that down, welded it together, and then boom, he's good to go. It's square.
So 76 7/8. And 76 7/8. So now we know we're good. See that?
Mm-hmm.
That's from the fan. Even though it's not pointing right on us, just the airflow of the fan and me not shielding it. We just got this frame done and we're ready to slap on 2x4s. Just like that, we got her done. Voila!
So Friday evening, we had a Sertoma event. And I'll get more into what Sertoma is and my involvement with them in the future. Suffice to say for right now, Sertoma stands for Service to Mankind.
It is my honor to award this year's Service to Mankind Award to Mrs. Sarah O'Neill.
So I didn't prepare a speech, first of all. But I just want to say on behalf of Ozark Events, this is incredible, and the opportunity that you've also helped us to be able to give back to our community is amazing. And for me personally, I love the fact that, you know, there was special permissions given to help me give back to, like, through Sertoma, and that was amazing. So I've always enjoyed volunteering with you guys. You're a lot of fun. But more than anything, just thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of it.
Congratulations, Joe Everest, our Sertoma of the Year.
I don't believe that anybody comes into this club to gain recognition or gain, special whatever, but it is nice, and I do appreciate it. Our whole goal when talking about through Ozark Fence and through our family of giving back to the community and making a better place isn't for recognition, but make an impact, right? But more than that, it's really what we want to show is that one family with one fence company can make an incredible difference, and hopefully through that encourage other people to also make an incredible difference. So to give a little bit of context as to the award that Sarah's receiving, Ozark Fence has established a charitable giving account so that a percentage of our revenue each year gets given back to our community. It was my grandfather's vision that we build a better community, a stronger community. It's better for the businesses within that community, and this is kind of an extension of that. A part of that charitable giving account, $25,000 per year, has been pledged to the Sertoma grant program. The Sertoma grant program gives this money to area not-for-profit organizations, specifically that help children's charities, children's needs. So children's is widely defined as anyone under 18. They have to impact children here in Southwest Missouri. It's an incredible organization. It's an incredible cause. We felt led to give back to that. So in appreciation for us helping them help the community, they recognized Ozark Fence, and through Ozark Fence, Sarah accepted the award. I hope that made sense. All right, so Braden and I were actually just having a conversation in that we're wondering how many people actually make it to the end. I mean, the average view duration is a legitimate stat on these videos that YouTube thinks is incredibly important. So the more people that watch to the end, the better the video does, etc., onward. How many people actually watch to the end? That's what we're trying to figure out. If you're watching this, please comment below end so we can figure out how many people are actually watching to the end. And then we're going to brainstorm a way to reward those of you that actually make it to the end. Until next time, I'm Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors.